who really led his defense last week with a 10-tackle game. It's the Browns and the Ravens, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Today we hit double digits, Week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside the shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Devin Duvernay. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Ravens. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for the team to just score their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you'd better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll rumble for about 5 up close to the 40. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
Yeah, they held them to well under 200 yards of total offense, and in today's NFL, that's a feat to be proud of, especially with the emphasis on offense and what we're seeing each and every week, that great creativity and usual productivity.
And he's going to be taken down, plus there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So roughing the passer, and this is a unit, Charles. They hold their breath every time they see their quarterback go down and get hit like that.
Yeah, they understand how important these last couple of months are for this team. They can ill afford to have anything happen to him if they want to accomplish their goals.
And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down. From the 25, here's a 2nd and 9. Watson, off play action. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. Hopkins' kick is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So the big return had them fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a 1st down.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Ravens offense set to go to work, and it's Lamar Jackson now in his 6th NFL campaign who will lead the way.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4, and it was the Ravens getting the road victory in that one, so now they'll look to finish off the season sweep here in Baltimore. Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Zadarius Smith, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll get it in the hands of Beckham. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator? Dialing that one up into great success.
He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. All right, Charles, we've spoken about this offense plenty, how great they've been all year. 9-0 now into the back half of the season. Super Bowl favorites, without a doubt. I think everyone agrees on that. What do you think is the thing that most stands between them and a perfect season?
I think it's themselves. I think it's their team, how they approach things, how they conduct themselves during the week, practicing, getting ready, and then going out and playing. Can't take your foot off the gas pedal at this stage. Doesn't matter if it's a weak team you're playing or not. Look, when I talk with one of the best golfers of all time, he told me he never played against the field. He just played against himself and his own standard.
It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really wanted him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
19 yards there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Looking for Charlie Kohler on that one. And now it's 2nd down. We look at this Browns defense. They enter play here, number 11, just outside the top 10 in the league in stopping the run.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator, because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit, but facing the number 1 rushing team, they have to stop that in order to have a good performance.
On 3rd down, here's Edwards. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Jackson to throw. And we'll go right back to Andrews. Well, the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. 6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL. 2nd quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Jackson now. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. And Jackson throwing once more. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Odell Beckham. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are able to stretch out their lead. And they'll try a little razzle-dazzle. And he will get into the end zone. So the lead stretches from 9 up to 11. And I guess that makes up for the earlier missed 2-point try here to get him to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness, it reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted a three-point shot. And people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now this is going to put him back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Watson. Now, a quick throw there is incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Hey, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Elijah Moore. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns have got it back to within a score. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he returns this to the 22. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They are, for the moment, the best team in football, 9-0 entering play here. And, Charles, I don't know if we'd call them a surprise 9-0, but the way that they have been winning definitely opened up a lot of eyes around the NFL.
Well, what we've seen from them so far this season, you can't stop them on offense, you can't score on them on defense. So, to me, if you're going to play against them, you have to bring your best game and hope they throw a clunker in that day to give yourself a chance.
That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Play action. It's Jackson. Right side, there's Likely with it. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 33. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, down at the 33. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Nifty running by Beckham. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So they're coming up here on the 9th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and goal. They're going with Beckham on the end around. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Ravens are able to widen their advantage. And they'll try a little razzle-dazzle. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Well, now how about this return? He's to midfield. Still going past the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Cleveland. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away. He
is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. On the return, Devin Duvernay. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room and their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
So they look like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Oh, design run for their wideout. They'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Well, now they'll try the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. On first down, it's Watson. His throw incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw on second is Watson. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Robbie Chosen, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is now 2. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Ravens going to get one more drive here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Now 3rd down and 7. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
But when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. And they will elect to decline. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback. So here are the Browns to take over. They were losers a week ago to Arizona, but they're on top here as they start this drive with a 1st and 10. The 3rd quarter starts with a run by Chubb. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there. They go up the middle with Chubb. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. This is Akins hauling in the short pass. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Ravens' 22-yard line.
Here's Watson. All right. Take over at their own 41. That is a tough way to start the 3rd quarter. You get the football open and drive it down, put it in the end zone and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their mind. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
And they'll start the drive here with an end around. They juked him.
Missed.
This will not go down. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson.
34-yard line.
And that is incomplete. A lot force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Trying a little razzle-dazzle on third and short. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up the first and goal.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, but we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. They go play action now. Jackson out to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have retaken a third-quarter lead. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And the Browns getting set to go. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
Watson now to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first.
It's a gain of 32. First down, Browns.
And Chubb will try the middle here. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. And that could turn out to be a giant play, Charles. You've got an offense driving to take the lead, but they're turned away on the INT.
And I think that we might look back on this in the fourth quarter and say, that was the play of the game.
So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They are working on that very impressive 9-game win streak, looking to get it to 10 as they've got the lead here, 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. And it's nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
It's a gain of 5.
They go play action with Jackson. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. And they'll go with a ground attack here. Gets past one man, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the fourth. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He'll get this to Edwards out of the backfield. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there at 22.
And these guys, so they're not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now it's Jackson. Under pressure now, he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Here's Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Back-to-back great plays defensively. You get the sack on 1st and goal. A great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at 3rd and goal from further back than when they started.
And the really good play callers look ahead and down and distance sequence. Now he's got to backtrack a little bit.
And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Nelson Aguilar. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And Chubb going to push forward and pick up a Browns first down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line. 2 yards is the pickup, and that'll be good for a Cleveland first. Here's Watson. Drops it off for Chubb. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Back to throw, Watson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 44-yard line. Watson looks to throw again. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. And they're going to speed things up here. Watson. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Marlon Humphrey down the left sideline. So a big return there, Charles, on what was a pretty dangerous throw to the outside.
It sure was, Brandon. That's the risk you run on a throw like this. If it's intercepted, a lot of times this is a pick 6. So good hustle to get back and get him down. But, boy, that's a throw you've really got to be sure of if you're going to work the perimeter of the field.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football. And they'll go on the ground. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Nelson Aguilar with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Ravens are going to be moving to 10-0 as they add on to this big lead. Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Cleveland offense making their way out. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Here's Watson now on second down. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So the flag thrown for the contact, mark off the yardage.
And sometimes you just read a hitch route way too fast. You get there before you're supposed to, and there's the penalty.
Watson's throw taken in by Cooper here. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Here's 2nd and 10. To the air yet again, Watson. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 20-yard line. From the red zone now, Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. On second down, here's Watson. And the pressure gets to him again. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Now it's Watson. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. And this is going to be intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. But looking deep here for Flowers. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense